Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loimacito is the best.
All right. Just now, a small accident took place. Accident in the sense, my daughter Helen, she fell down. Okay, and she's got a little hurt. But I'll tell you all about it, and I'll tell you why I'm sharing this also. Okay. It's a serious matter. It's a serious matter that I need to discuss, and feel free to put your views and opinions. But I'll give you my opinion also. Okay, and then you can tell me yours. Now, for those of you who have seen my baby daughter through the videos, you know that she's a very adventurous girl. I mean, she's not like the typical petite, gentle girls. She's more like this rugged, kind of like this. To put it in simple words, she's like a monkey. You know, she literally climbs up on top of things as high as, your height. She'll climb up on top, go on top of the cupboard. She likes physical activity. She likes climbing up like Spider-Man. She climbs on everything. Okay. And she has no fear. Okay. Now, the problem with this is, when you're a child and you don't have any fear, you do not know the risks that take place if you fail. In her case, she doesn't know what would happen if she would fall. She doesn't know that she can break her bones. She doesn't know that she can get permanent damage. She doesn't know that, if she falls on something sharp, it can pierce her. Okay? So she goes about everything fearlessly, climbing up and coming at the edge and jumping and shaking things right at the top. Okay, so as a father, I have to constantly be on the lookout and use my mind and think, this behavior, how does it manifest itself in the future, and what should be done to prevent it? Because things only get worse, don't get better. Okay. Now, what had happened was, in one of my previous videos, which got taken down by YouTube because they said it's violent. My baby used to climb the wardrobe, the cupboard, and it used to tilt and almost going to fall. So I had the plastic cupboard kept empty, and when she tried to climb up, she opens a drawer, goes inside and stands on top. Then she opens the second drawer, makes it like a staircase. So what happens, as you keep climbing up, and you pull the drawer and climb up, because your weight is so heavier, the whole cupboard or the whole drawer tilts and falls. And then if you have a mirror on top, it can smash right on top of you. So I had this mock session done, supervised of course, where this plastic cupboard like thing was made her climb on top. I was holding there, and when she happily pulled the top one, it tilted. I allowed it to fall this time. Thankfully it was empty. But when it did fall on her, her leg got jammed. Like her leg is inside the cupboard. When it falls, the drawer closes and your leg is jammed. So her hand and her leg was jammed, and now she can't get out, and obviously it pains because of the heavy weight of that cupboard. So she was crying, but I didn't help her until she was crying, wailing and all that, until I felt she had enough. I got criticized heavily for this as torture, whatever. People even went to the extent of calling the police on me. I had the police come down to see if I was torturing my child. But then when I showed them what had happened, they understood, because there have been children who have died with cupboards and wardrobes falling on them. In fact, one of my friend who I know, her office colleague, they lost their child because the there was a television kept on top of the cupboard, and the child went up. The whole thing tilted. The television smashed on her face, and she died. Small 2-year-old, 3-year-old. Anyway, it's not that flat screen, it's that CRT, big heavy ass monitor. Okay, so what had happened was, with regards to baby Helen, one day when I came out from, was doing my work, you know, my office room or whatever, studio. When I came out, there is this shelf. It's a metal shelf. It's real metal, heavy. And it's like, it's just, it has the skeleton where you can, you know, like this rack, wood rack, metal rack when you go to industrial setups. So there is no partition, there is no covering. You can put anything from back, front, left, right, any side. So she climbed like Spider-Man. She climbed on top. She went to the second shelf. She went to the third shelf. She went to the fourth shelf. She went right to the top. And the top is up here, okay? Right up here. So it must be around 6 feet and above. Normally if you have seen my previous videos, normally I keep bottled water, you know, that pack. I keep it up there so that she doesn't climb. So over a period of time, you know, my wife, she drinks bottles of water, and it was empty this time. So my baby climbed on top of a chair, then climbed on top of the table, because the table is kept near the shelf. And then from the table, she climbed right on top, and she was on the top, and she was dancing. Okay. Now, mind you, I just came out of the room. I came out of my room, and my wife is in the kitchen. Her back is, she's looking at what she's cooking. Behind is that shelf, and my baby is right at the top. And my wife is not aware of the fact that the baby has gone on the top. No sooner did I see that, automatically, just click, I was like, come down. Immediately I said, come down. I made sure that I walked fast so that my baby wouldn't startle and fall down 6 feet from top. So when I said come down, she was like this, you know, like she was dancing, and she stopped. But I immediately went. See, normally, you know, my wife would just carry the baby and bring her down, and she would be, no. So when my wife saw that, immediately she turned around and told the baby, come. And the baby was saying, no, I don't want to come. And, you know, in Thai, they were talking to each other. But I said, no, don't do anything. I immediately went near the kitchen, took a wooden spatula, a spoon. I went to the baby and I told her, come down, and immediately, without giving her, she was saying no, I spanked her nicely on her thigh. Okay, it's a wooden spatula. It will pain, but it's not like heavy. It's like a slap, you know, where the skin, you'll feel a stinging pain. I know it because, you know, I've got beaten by various objects, so I know how each object feels. So she got a I hit her with slight force. Okay, but I know for a fact it will not damage the muscle, or it will not break the bone or anything. But it's like a slap, you know. It's not in, like, see, if I hit with a hand has mass, it has force, but the wooden spatula is light, so it will sting the skin. So no sooner I hit that, there was a loud sound, and my wife got startled, but the baby got, and she started to wail, and I gave her 2, 3, told her come down. Until then she was afraid, and she knew that she was going to keep getting beating until she came down. Told my wife, tell her in Thai, come down, because she speaks more in Thai. So finally the baby came down and wailing. I told my wife, don't touch, don't hug, no nothing. She kept crying, thighs were red. So, and you know, I showed the spatula as an object of fear, that don't go up, you know, that kind of thing. So she cried for 10 to 15 minutes. I know. You'll say, what a horrible monster. Wait, I'll get to that. Just listen to what I have to say, then you tell me your theories, okay? So she cried 15 minutes. She has a habit of holding her mouth and sobbing. Finally, I told the wife, now explain to her, she should not do it in Thai. because my wife communicates to the baby, she communicated, told. Then obviously I told, now you can give her a hug. So gave her a hug. And then I left the spoon back. Then I came to her as a loving father. It was red. I could see it was red. You know, nice white hot mark on her thigh. I held her. Then to keep her quiet, I told her next time, don't do. And then I gave her an ice cream and automatically she stopped. She stopped, she had an ice cream. She was happy, she forgot about it. So that made me realize that beating that I gave her was not very painful. It was painful enough for a few seconds or minutes, but it was not like really bad. And then in the night I checked on her legs to see, are there any visible marks? Was it serious? No, it was only red for some time. And then it was okay. My wife was very upset, visibly upset, and of course I totally understand why my wife was upset. But I let my wife know, tomorrow if she falls down from up 6 feet high, it is death. You can break your neck. You know, you're talking of falling on cemented floor. Your head can bust open. You can break a body part. And if she falls on something sharp or something, it's death. Okay? But my wife apparently didn't look at it that way. She just told me, you should talk to the child, explain. I said, I know what I'm doing. Okay. That was the first incident. Just a few days later, now, no, sorry, not few days, just now, what am I saying, few days? Just now it happened, 2 incidents back to back. I just woke up, it's 4:30, I just woke up now. When I got up, you know, my baby has this habit of, which I told you, not only climb, but the other habit that she has is anything that you give her, it can be a table, it can be a chair, it can be, she will not use it the normal way. She'll put it down, she'll make it fall down, she'll make it like upside down, and she'll try to climb on top and balance at the edge, and she does all these kinds of circus. Okay, like she'll put her chair and table on top of each other and try to balance out. And so, okay, that height is bearable. It's a negligible risk. Okay. Now, what she did was, when I woke up, the office boss chair was down. Her cycle, she has a tricycle, that was also other way around. She has a, soft plastic slide, that was also the other way around. Fine, all that was okay. There were toys all littered around the floor. That was also fine. But now what she had done is, see, the same example that I gave you, that 6 foot high, that shelf, okay, skeleton shelf, it is kept near the wall. And to prevent it from falling, I've put a table, an IKEA table. It is like a computer table, but it's really large. It is jammed, it is pushed to keep this on the wall, so they can use that as a means to eat food and whatever. Okay, but my baby has a habit of climbing on top of it and watching, sitting on top and all that. What she had done was she pulled the table front, and now which she had never done before. This is the first time I saw her do it. She pulled the table in the front, and that had led the skeleton unit exposed. And now what she was doing was, she was climbing on top of the table and trying to balance the table, which was near the wall, had come like this. And now she's balancing one leg here, and holding thing here, like, like dangling like Tarzan or something. And there's a wide gap in between, like a V gap. So she was playing around with that. And then she's holding those metal rails and trying to shake the shelf. I just woke up 4:30 in the afternoon. Now, sooner I saw that, I immediately told my wife. Again, my wife was cooking in the kitchen. She didn't turn around to see what the baby had done. I said, what is this? Immediately my wife came there. And when she heard my loud voice, baby got down and went and sat, on a chair in the corner. So I went and took the wooden spatula again, because I need her to associate this is me being strict. This is where we are not joking. So that spatula is object. of discipline. No sooner she saw that, she was like this. Okay. So I told my wife to explain to her in Thai, okay, that moving the table is not good. Push it back. My wife knows where correction of the baby is involved, she'll not argue. So I showed her, put it back. I showed with the angry voice and, angry face and angry expression. The baby was afraid, but then my wife made sure that she went, pushed the table back, kept, and told her not to do it again. Then I said, okay, fine. I showed her that I withdrew and I kept the wooden spatula back. So the baby knew it is fine. Now what happened was, no sooner that happened, that incident finished, my wife said, you're always beating, you're always shouting, you don't know how to love the baby, you don't know how to talk to the baby, you don't know. Like basically, she was upset. I understood that she was upset. But I told her point blank, I know how to bring up the child. You know how to love the child. I know how to discipline the child. If both of us keep encouraging, both of us give love, both of us only talk and communicate without giving her the pain of failure, she will grow up to be like one of those adventurous kids whom you have to keep talking and having dialogues, which is bullshit. You look at today's generation, all of them, the parents talk to them like adults and they talk back. I don't have the fucking patience to sit and convince and try to keep lecturing a child, and the child argues back and gives you some internet bullshit information or something from the book or from some podcast or some crap like that. See, now the accident is coming up. What happened? So I told my wife, my house, my rules, my money, I'm the boss. You want to earn, you earn, you stay separate, you take care. Now I know this is a very cruel thing to say, okay? But hear me out. If the baby falls down, who has to take the baby to the hospital? Not my wife, me. My wife can't take her to the hospital. Who has to pay for the hospital bills? Not my wife, me. Who has to have a solution for everything from their life to their upbringing? It's me, not my wife. My wife only gives motherly theory advice. I do practical. Okay. So I told my wife, anytime you decide that my rules and my way is bad, pack your bags, take your child, go live your own, and teach your rules. No problem. In fact, I always ask my wife, you want the child to be like me or you want the child to be like you when they grow up? She always says, I want the child to be like you, not like me. Because in the end, if my child ends up being like my wifey, she'll be a good-hearted human being, but not capable of earning, not capable of looking after herself, depending on a man. And, if the man turns out to be an asshole who drinks, smokes, fucks around, she's stuck. I told my wife, today I smoke, I drink, I sleep around with other women. What can you do? She can't do anything. She can't do anything. And if I torture her and if I'm evil, maybe most probably she'll go back to a village. But she can't do anything. And it's a sad, unfortunate reality. So I asked her, you want the baby to become like that? So obviously the answer is no. I want her to be independent. And then I said, then let me take care. Okay, fine. The accident is coming. Now, I finished my running. You can see, it's nearly evening. You can see the sunset. Now what happened was, she followed me on the scooter all the way to the top, and then I reached home. So she followed me, fine. So after I finished my run, I was walking back to the house. The houses are up, and she had parked the scooter near the house. And she walked away from the scooter to check the mailbox. We have a small mailbox. She had put the baby down. Now, without her knowing, the baby immediately went near the scooter and tried to climb on top of the scooter. Now, by the time this happened all in split second, by the time I said, what is the baby doing? I immediately told, she turned around, The baby had already climbed on top, and you know the scooter is tilted it always tilts this way. She climbed on top, stood, her one leg got jammed, and when she stood up, she lost her balance. And I'll tell you, this all happened in split second. She put her foot and she bent down because she lost her balance. Luckily, when she bent down, she didn't land on her head. She plonked the other way. So it's like a somersault. And as soon as she fell down, my wife went running to grab her and to check if she was okay. I immediately went. I said, don't touch her. Don't touch her. My wife, by the time, already touched her, picked her up. It's okay. I said, don't fucking touch her. My wife released. I said, let her cry. I said, I want her to cry. And the baby was crying and she wanted to be hugged and she was holding. I said, don't touch. I said, oh, go back. I said, go do your thing. My wife went back to the mailbox. The baby was crying, extended her arms towards me. I said, no. Why did you climb up? So my wife was very upset and angry. And I just went near the baby just to make sure that, there's nothing bleeding and all. She just had all, there was, the lucky thing is there are these small stones and all that. There was no glass or there was no nails or... I just wanted to make sure, so I checked her back quickly. Nothing was there. But yeah, she was in pain because obviously you fall. I went to the wife immediately. I told her, she fell down from the scooter when you didn't see. In a split second, she climbs at 6 feet high. This is hardly what... See, look at the scooter. See, here is the scooter. See, from here, she had a somersault. And this is up to hardly my thigh. Okay? This is hardly up to my thigh. Just imagine if she climbs up 6 feet high and then she somersaults and falls down. You can be rest assured there is going to be some damage. And if she falls on some sharp object or plate or glass, man, who the fuck is going to take that risk? Yeah? And then when she moves a table, with jagged edges and all, she falls in between. She can break her neck, man. She can break her fucking hand. You fall with your arm like this at the edge of a table, it will break in two halves. So I straight away went to my wife. I said, this is what will happen. And you are telling me, I told my wife, you are telling me, I don't know just now what happened. Who failed? Who fucked up? I told my wife. I said, whose mistake is it? My wife said, and tomorrow you are lecturing me that that I don't know how to take. If the child fell from there, I told her straight, if the child gets injured, okay, because of your carelessness, even after what I told you and you break you don't listen and the child gets injured because of your negligence, you will go back permanently. I don't want you and I don't want to see the child hurt. The marriage is off. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Let her live the life the way you want. Follow your rules. Guaranteed, I told her, if anything happens to the child, anything happens, where the child is permanently injured or dead, bye-bye. I don't fucking need to live with enough. I have enough and more stress. Do you think I need more to know that my wife is encouraging the child to the point where, oh, we will discuss, we will talk. Man, children just know how to push the envelope. Okay. Now she has a couple of scratches and all that. Man has to face a girl's world, And we need to be realistic about the limitations and very aware of the dangerous accidents that can take place. So you can go ahead and give me your point of view, but I can tell you one thing. I'm not going to torture my child and abuse and beat my child like how my parents did. But discipline is very important, especially at a young age. Because once they grow up, they are not going to listen to you, man. Once they grow up, if they don't have the sense of obedience and the sense of, humility, it's only going to get worse. Anyway, so let me know what you think in the comment section below. as a father, I need to keep it real. It's like I'm dealing with two children. My wife is 20-something year old, going on her 30s, and my baby is another. So I have two kids in the house. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Love to hear from you. This is me signing off. You guys take care.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Macedo is the best.